Have a great day. Better tomorrow. And thank you very much. I had a lot of fun today. Drove home. What happened, Dave? And the news people won't cover it. Yeah, the patient, I think it's something to do with the patient drop. Like I said, Nolan D came out here this morning, left a comment and said, today was the day that AB and them went.
Hey, Coachella.
And we need to do something.
Myra,
to help try to
Zombie Enforcement Bureau.
And
this must be the first time you've been in here.
Courthouse today for them, with them, stand up for them, with them. And I was like, well, I'm
PDF. Order Farmer was just live. Let's see if we can get some updates on AV Watchman. She got court today, something about getting 90 days. Started with no leaf stream, then a PDF did it. I guess I'm pulling the. Let's see what his latest video is. Court tomorrow, update for AV. We'll do the audio.
I can't take no more of that bullshit, and I'm sure you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyway.
Hey, New Mexico citizen.
Live,
man, I saw that video of that poor girl. That was, I wanted to reach through the screen and just destroy that cop.
I was trying to get in Doug's.
Oh, it made me so angry.
Over and over from fucking link. Just give me the link to the second number.
Yeah, I'm a dragon. That's fine. Very wise old dragon.
I'm gonna go ahead with this live stream, let you guys know what's going on.
Cops audits, welcome into my room.
Let's see, let's get some more people.
I do a little government accountability and a lot of support for the group. If you've never been in my room, it's kind of crass humor sometimes, but we do discuss important things and hang out.
To call in, I will be doing call-ins here in a few, but I'm not going to be doing that many of them. Just wanted to update you guys. Tomorrow we have court, and that's going to be.
This is yesterday's video.
Valley, California, right here in between. It's like right on the border of Palmdale and Lancaster. So if anybody wants to go to that, you're more than welcome to come on out. DJs.
Fitzcam, you made it in.
Good luck, and thank you for saying that. Oklahoma Community Watch, I appreciate you. And thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate that. So I'm not expecting a lot of people to join in right now because it's late. I get it. But what I will do is I'm going to put out this phone number, and if anybody wants to call in now, you can. The phone number is 661-235-5408. That's 661-235-5408. Or, here, you know what? Scratch that number, guys. Call me on my personal number, which is 661-674-7364. You guys go ahead and call on that if you want to. But other than that, how's everybody doing? Thank you guys.
AK Twin Mommy, good morning.
I haven't really been posting.
That's his number.
Debating, contemplating.
Going to court this morning.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of self-reflecting. And pretty much, you guys know, we all know that they're looking for any little odd thing, any little reason to sit here and jam somebody up. So I wanted to wait until we go to court tomorrow. And
kind of far away from the speaker. Maybe you can't hear it all. I'll turn it up.
Find out some information. I found out. All right, you guys do me this favor. Nobody made any criminal threats. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that already. But here's the thing. I caught word. If you go to Google and you type in Google right now, type in, what does cancel Christmas mean? Look what it's going to say. Look what it's going to come up with. So even though we know that saying something like that in that situation we were in, it had nothing to do with the murder of people or killing folks or doing something crazy and outrageous like that. It was more on the legal grounds. It was the legal grounds of this person's going to sue you. But of course, there's some people that hear that and they're going to automatically assume, wait a minute, cancel Christmas? Are you saying that you're going to kill me? You guys go ahead and Google that. What does cancel Christmas mean? And you're going to see exactly the reason why they have charged us both with that. And I think it's freaking foul and petty. And I'm really hoping that there is justice in the justice system.
Hey, DDT Grish. Hello, Epson. I'll talk loud so you can hear me all the way over in Norway.
These guys need to get a freaking trophy for what they did. Or a thank you. Hey, you know what? You guys did the right thing. You guys, the hospital are crazy. How can you even try to do something like that to these guys? But unfortunately, you know how it is. I got faith. And I've been having faith for a long time. A long time. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys for
Elaine is so nice.
Just for everything. For your love, your support, just for being you. You know, for stopping by, jumping on the live feed when you guys don't have to. You guys can go on somebody else's live feed right now, somebody who's out there cop watching, but you decide to come over here and to hear me out, and I appreciate that. It's little things like that that makes me have even more faith. You get what I'm saying? But tomorrow's going to be the day of reckoning. Tomorrow's going to be the day when we find out what's really going on. Now, we got Oklahoma Community Watch calling in. Let me take this call really quick. Let me get back to what I was saying. Go ahead, brother. How are you? Yeah, I'm sure it is. How you doing, though, brother? Everything well? Appreciate that. Yeah, we need that. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what it is. Okay.
OKC is a great auditor.
Okay.
He really pushes the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
So I got up, made breakfast, and sat down and turned on the computer, and PDF was live, asking for somebody to take over so we could support AV Watchman. So I'm in the middle of eating breakfast and trying to support him.
I appreciate that. Likewise. I like that. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. No, we don't. Right. Simple as that, right? Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's all they are, man. Hey, their little comments don't really matter to me. When you see all the good comments, man, and all the positive that comes in, I mean, having somebody say a few little rude remarks is nothing. It's just like having a little crumb on your shoulder, you just pop it off real quick. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, man. That was something I was going to actually bring up as well.
Yep, I do have Northern Corruption Monitor live right now, and Jeff is here. The
Right.
Porter Farmer's still live.
Absolutely. Right.
Josh Russell's live.
Right. Thank you guys for taking it. All right, brother. You have a good night, bro. Hey, much love as well, brother. God bless you later. All right, guys, that was Oklahoma Community Watch. I just noticed that someone said that they couldn't really hear because I had my fan going. Makes sense. It's sitting right here. Well, it's a little tiny heater, you know. So, but with that said, you know what? I thank you guys, all of you, for tuning in, for being here, for all your your prayers and your positive thoughts and everything like that. I mean, it means a lot, guys, and I'm going to keep you updated. Tomorrow, I'm going to see if I can go live before we go to court. And then after court, I'm sure myself and Doug included will let you guys know what happened. We'll most likely both be going on a live feed. I'm not going to get into the little bickering stuff, man. I hear it. People always telling me about it. I'm just not going to go that route. Like, I really don't care what people say. I just don't, because there's so much positive that comes in. Why feed off of something so negative that comes off of a negative person? It just don't make sense. But with that said, guys, it is getting late. If anybody else wants to call in, now's your time to do so. If not, then I'll be back on tomorrow. I'll read through your comments real quick. Irate's in the house. You guys check out Irate if you haven't done so yet. Check out Oklahoma Community Watch for sure. Let me see what we got. We got Joe in the house. Joe, I was trying to get back in there, bro. Couldn't get back in there for some reason. I don't know if Doug stepped away from this device or what. But here I am. Yes, this is the AV hospital arrest. Now, do you guys remember that I got arrested out there in Santa Clarita? Now, there's conspiracies going on that some certain people went to the police department, the sheriff's department, told them who I was, told them about my past record and all this other stuff. Whatever it is, I went to court for that yesterday. And guys, I got to go back for sentencing in December. So, yep, I'll be going to jail. But everybody who tried to help, I appreciate you doing that. I mean, it just wasn't. I know a lot of people live out of state, but there's a lot of people who are in state. There's a lot of people who are local. They know who they are. But if we are, I believe that if we would have just came together more and been that powerful force that I know we can be, the people, we would have had no choice but to listen. So pretty much, I just want to put it behind me, get it over with, get it out the way. So yeah, your boy's gonna be going to jail December the 4th. So with that said, I'll see you guys again though. Now, tomorrow, once again, we'll be at court for this crap. And I'm really hoping.
Well, again, this is yesterday's video, so we're talking about today.
I don't know. I'm just hoping that.
But it looks like the sentence was for the retaliation after the.
And there's going to actually be a judge that uses righteous judgment, or a DA that just doesn't want to get that conviction. I mean, that it's probably not going to happen. But why can't we get the judges that walk off the podium and give people hugs?
I hear you.
Well, why can't we get that? We ain't gonna get that, guys. Why? Because we're not a part of that blue line thuggery, that blue line bitchery. It's just the way it is, man. And you know what? I love this movement. I love it so much that I'm willing to pick up charges over dumb shit.
What happened to my?
It's crazy because it puts my family through a lot.
Nobody's watching. Everybody left.
It puts them through a whole
Almost.
lot.
All right, there's three.
You don't
still
just put them through a whole lot. I spent a lot of hours right here in this little cubicle right here. A lot of hours researching, looking stuff up online. It is what it is. But guys, I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. That would a whole lot. I spent a lot of hours right here in this little cubicle right here. A lot of hours
Rogue Nation went live.
researching, looking stuff up online.
Jeff is.
It is what it is. But guys, I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. That way we can spread the word a little bit farther.
Border Farmers off live. What's Northern Corruption doing?
Call Greg at 263-2850. Call Greg at what number? 263-2850. Area code 907, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Where's your food? There it is.
If the Dena'ina Civic Center is a municipal building? Okay. And the meeting that I was just rejected from is federally funded, and now you're kicking me out of the building for what reason?
Yes, attend this meeting.
I'm not attending the meeting, sir. Is it okay if I go about my way?
In the building,
Why is that, sir?
you've been asked to leave by our,
For what reason, sir?
you're not a guest.
I'm not a guest in a public place. I'm not going into the meeting.
Sir, now you're causing disturbance this time to go.
I'm causing a disturbance. It's time to go. I understand you, sir. I really do. I'm just trying to educate you. I'm just trying.
What's up, guys?
Looks like he's having trouble in the.
This is our general manager.
Hello. Hey, how you doing, sir?
I do well on yourself.
Good.
All right, talk to you later, cop. Stop.
Or if I might get a look at your face.
Yeah, go ahead, sure.
Hi, Spirit.
Sure.
What's your name?
We're sneaking a little listening to Alaska right now.
I don't think so.
We're
I'm just
trying to kick El Chapo out of a public building because he's not registered
This one.
to be in public.
Okay.
Because you weren't registered?
For what reason?
I heard you weren't registered.
I don't be in the hallway. I'm not in the meeting.
Oh, I don't care if you're in the hallway.
Huh?
As long as you don't disturb anybody. I don't
Yeah, I'm not trying to disturb anybody. I'm minding my business. I'm actually looking for a fish and game meeting.
I think that's the federal one, isn't it?
Well, it's on the schedule for the 90 Center today. I can't turn it around, guys. So yeah. So yeah,
We have another name.
no. If you're my friend, that's what you'll find. Okay, that's okay. Okay, well, you can call me taxpayer.
So how long is your intent to stay here?
Well, I don't know.
Why do they ask that? It's like the three things are time, place, and manner. And the question answer would be as long as you're open.
You gonna read?
I can't turn.
Looks like Porter Farmers Equipment was so dead he couldn't come even come on my stream. Well, at least he did his part.
I can't turn around stupid YouTube. It's not like using Streamlabs. So. Is there a supervisor of the facility I could talk to?
I'm Greg Spears. I'm the general manager.
You're the general manager? Greg Spears is general manager. And a municipally ran building. And so, yeah, I'm not trying to disturb anybody. I'm just going to observe. Actually, was trying to, it says on the schedule, I thought that there was a fishing game meeting today. So,
There is not.
okay. All right, cool. And his name is Greg Spears. He's the general manager for this facility. And it's a municipally ran facility. I can't turn my
A reptar eats.
appreciate your time, guys. Where's the water pump now? Okay, thank you. I'm not doing something. I can't turn the camera on. Man. Pressure.
Oh, slurping water.
Appreciate your time, guys. You're watching on the Country Monitor 907 in Anchorage, Alaska. So that's a disturbing revelation there. Scheduled events. So the Voices of Prevention is going on all week, and I assume most of it's all federally funded. It's a brainwashing. Looks like a brainwashing campaign there, in my opinion. Let me try to turn this around again, guys.
I think he just has to double tap it.
This thing won't turn around. There we go. All right. Spitting Cobra. All right. Whoa, I'm not focused. All right. Oops, sorry guys, I have my hands. Big cloppers in the way. Not sure if it's upstairs. Well, that was disturbing. Little guy wanted to jump on there or something. Oh, there's nothing going on up here anyway. Here's the man coming up here. So I'm gonna head back down, guys, and So yeah, the Nine Center is a municipal building.
So Spirit,
And the brainwashing
I
session,
saw you
the
post the
meeting that
votes
they just,
last night.
omitted me from was federally funded.
Do you know where you're at on that?
And they were disseminating some kind of disaster crisis information.
Looks like he's out.
I don't know. Got those guys here to my right. Schedule this. Is that listed on the first floor? Okay, I'll go down there. Thank you.
PNP News, Jeff is here, and Rogue Nation, they're all live, along with El Chapo, or Northern Corruption Monitor.
Appreciate your time, guys. I didn't anticipate that kind of. I mean, I had a good, coming in the other day. If you watch that video, I had a good time. The pretty lady took me on a tour.
Yeah, I remember that. That was funny. All right. Jeff is here, says experimenting. Rogue Nation is ATF gun pawn list. There's 150 watching. He must just be chatting. So I don't see anybody else that's actually on an audit. Well, Hefe's posted a video 25 minutes ago that says uploaded. Channel 10 WBIR wants my name. First Amendment audit. God, all the videos that are coming out with the cops attacking kids. Shot that kid the other day in the back of the head running away. PDF had that 11-year-old that was being beat up by the cop at school. I just don't get why these grown men think they can do that. Pour some coffee and return to my chat. Probably nobody in there chatting, but they're in here chatting. Yeah. Do you know how it's going, Spirit? I mean, I wasn't looking at the numbers, but it was like, I think there's one more no than there is yes that I've seen over the last couple days, as far as whole groups. And now Reptar's going to climb up on there. Okay. Well, Porter Farmer, I'm not holding the crowd you were. Well, I hope they ratify it. I did hear about something on last night's news about $11,000 signing bonus. I suppose that goes to the management. I just pulled this up to run it for PDF after he ran out of juice. And I got nothing to fill this stream in with. Okay, 6,000 yes. That's what I thought when I saw the yeses. They were like 65%, and the no's were real close. But that's got to be not. That's only 10,000. That's what, half? Oh, 35,000 to go, or 40. So you got close to 50,000 in the union. We could. Let's see what else I've got. Jeff is here, just says experimenting.
But yeah, I got two legs too, but they just don't work too good. As you all aware,
I don't have permission. I better mute that. Johnny 50, Auditing America, Disorderly Product News, Silence Boy. They all have new stuff up today. California Guardian, Kern County Transparency, Brights Crispy. Jeff, no, those aren't new. So there's quite a few new videos that were put out today already. I should call in at Jeff's and keep my live stream up and have it on both. Hi, Greta. Thank you for coming in. You just have like a punch hole for an ID avatar. Looks like I got lined paper with punch holes on the sides. Well, AV Watchman is not me, but he was going to court today. And he was talking about his losing his last case and going to do 90 days in jail starting in December for it. And the way he talked, I think, was in retaliation for this hospital thing that he's going to court for today. Oh, your grandson drew a face. Oh, and M stops in, the mysterious M. So little information, so little time. Well, we'll should get some updates from either Know Things or maybe Watchman himself. Hey, Mammy. Oh, I really need to medicate here. Well, Mammy, I forced myself to get some sleep this week, so I'm at least a little more sociable. My grandson finished his last football game Saturday. His team went undefeated. He was so proud. But he's such a little guy. He has to play on the league in the group younger than him. Well, I have to take my blood pressure pills because I promised my doctor that if he didn't bill me and kept renewing the prescription, I would take them. And so I have to call in every month, and he calls it in 1 month at a time, and I get my blood pressure pills. It can help. I can get it almost down to 130/90 if I'm not doing anything. But I really take it because when I'm active, that jumps up to 170/130, 160/140. I did do a study when I was in my 30s with a doctor because we had one car and I picked my wife up. She was a legal secretary, and I had an hour between picking her up and her leaving. And the doctor had an office next door. And when I would go in and he would take my blood pressure, it would be in the 130/90 range. But every time the nurse took it, it was 160/130. So he had me come in every day for 6 months, and he determined that I have bile hypertension, which is rare, but not unheard of. Well, according to my EKG, my blood pressure has been like this since I was born because I stay in a heightened state of awareness because of my eyes. And then you add all the pain, which there's incredible amount of pain to add to my life, then it's high. However, like I said, my EKG, which was last year or year before, remarkably average heart. It's not enlarged. And I mean, we're talking, 60 years of high blood pressure. There's no damage to my heart. It's unremarkably normal, is what it was written down as. Which is the thing you have to worry about with high blood pressure is wearing your heart out and stroking out. Ooh, ulcers are no fun. I mean, your stomach has acids in it that are scary freaking strong. And you open that up to the rest of your body, that's painful. You got your girls back? Did you change your name, Em? Are you somebody else? Or did you used to have a different name? 'Cause I've seen you only for like the last couple weeks. Noli, I'm so glad you came in. For anybody who's listening, Noli's my inspiration. She's why I don't end up in the wheelchair. This one is sticking. It's a unique name. Well, we're here for whoever we can be for, and you were left a message, Noli, and Porter Farmer blamed it all on you, and his shit was all dying. So I told him I'd just turn the computer on, and whatever happens, happens. Noli is a tiger. I'm not sure what happened to Peachy, but I'll have to check that out. Ah, okay. Well, I tell you, I've tried to keep my injuries quiet. I don't like to talk about them, but they still end up leaking out. Oh my God. So I'll ask one more personal question, Em, and then I'll let it go. But what do you identify as? Well, you do, Spirit. I'm your friend. Oh, the title to this stream. Everybody, here is the mysterious blue ivy. She's so lovely. I think. I'm pulling the mystery apart one puzzle piece at a time. She has a few videos up, so you can hear her lovely voice. It's so sweet. Yelling at them other people. Noli does really good things that are outside the community that she should be beaming with pride about. Spirit, I appreciate your videos too. It gives me some, what were we just talking about? The stress reliever. Oh, and I had to laugh last night. I almost went over it and didn't say a thing. You were talking about Safari Live. I'm like, yeah, I've got that channel. I also have one called The Relaxed Guy who does sleep studies with like storm streaming and black screens, and I laugh every time because with my eyes I read it The Relaxed Gay. That it's just I can't help myself. Uh, oh, Greta, that is a bearded dragon. Let me give you a little close up. Like, there he is. That's Reptar. If you can scroll back in the stream, I never know if you can in my streams, but he ate earlier. He loves romaine lettuce and bugs. Well, this way I can just leave the camera set and I don't have to monkey with it. Don't get as good a light over here, but what's up, Spirit? It's just the stress of it coming to a head, one way or the other. Yeah, Blue Ivy. Um, he doesn't drink much, and the thing about I don't know other lizards because I only researched this one, but he doesn't pee. So his waste is absorbed and it's pushed out when he poops. It's a little white chunk that goes with the poop. And he gets almost all of his water right through the lettuce. I built a tree platform when I was about 15 and ran away to it. And after 3 nights out in the middle of the woods in the swamp, home sounded a lot safer. Geckos are like that too. I'm assuming most lizards are. I type all caps almost all the time, Noli, so I don't have to strain. I only have so many strain minutes on my eyes. About 14 times a day. Mine's more falling into a deep pit of depression that I keep filling the hole in with bullshit so that I can't get too far deep into the depression. And when I do, I remember the good things that I'm fighting to stay around for. I think my grandkids do me more good than I do them, even though I don't see them as much as I used to. Okay, Greta, you go to work. You're welcome in any of my streams. They're always boring. And once in a while they can get kind of deep, but I prefer to keep it light and just make fun of the people that type in my room. But this is all Noli D's fault, according to Poor Dirt Farmer. Peaceful? Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's it, Noli Boobies. Well, he hung in for like 4.5 hours until his equipment was just about dead when I went in. He's like, I need some help. Somebody's got to go live. I think his stuff's so dead he couldn't even make it into my stream. I I don't know if it's everybody, but I haven't been able to sleep at night lately. But around 4 a.m. I'll do meditation and then I fall asleep at 5:30 or 6 or 7 and get an hour sleep or 45 minutes sleep. Hug slap him. Ah, AK Twin Mom, you almost walked into your apartment. I lived in an apartment uh, in Wyoming over in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and it had two buildings side by side that were identical. And I was sitting there in the living room with my brother. We each got a nice big fat joint going, and my sliding door in the back opens up, and a kid walks in on the phone, looks at us, looks around, walks out, shuts the door. He says on the phone on the way out, "Oh, I think I'm supposed to be next door." Yeah, his facial expressions when he walked in and talked on the phone, he looked at us like, "Why did you invade this place?" Then his face went to beet red when he realized he walked into the wrong place. Oh man. Cops are shooting people left and right. I mean, I know that it's getting more coverage now, so it seems like it's more than it was before, and you always have to factor that in. They try to tell you, no, it's mine. Who's nervous? AV Watchman? Is that what that song about, Blue Ivy? Well, when my wife left me and the house went into mortgage, the mortgage failed. Um, they have these companies that do nothing but come around to foreclose property, and if you're not there, they'll break in, change the locks, mow the lawn, take care of the property, and then when it goes into the bank, they buy it. Well, they did that to me, and I broke in the fucking door, put on a lock of my own, and the cops wanted to arrest me for being on my own property. I know. It's sometimes you just have to make them stop and think. They're going to follow that road that it's mine, and you have to say, look, you want to die over it? Because you're wrong. Ontario Guardian News now. Welcome into my stream. You have to get an injection when you come in. It won't hurt much. It just turns you blue. Yeah, if I didn't do reloads when I had all my guns, I don't know how I could afford to shoot ever. Because we had a gun day, fun day once a year in early fall, where we'd go through maybe 10 people out at the shooting range. We may go through 10,000 rounds of ammo. I mean, we would take 6 months making targets, so there were enough targets. Go through about 100 pounds of plaster of Paris making molds. A couple hours a day doing hand loads. I still hold the record. I hit 29 targets in 30 seconds. And that's a 2-inch target at 70 yards. I had a crackhead try to break into my house, aka Twin Mommy. This is a hilarious story. And he had only been out of jail about 6 hours, and the lady that lived across the hall was his sister. And he wanted some money from her, and she didn't have any. And it was like 1 in the morning, and they're screaming and hollering, and I'm in the other end of my apartment, and between me and the door is the door to my children's room. And he broke my door jamb, banging on my door. It took me all of like 3 seconds to throw the covers off, grab the 308, rack around in the shell walking down the hallway, open the door, and he met a 40-year-old naked man with a 308 pointed right in his face. And I said, I don't know who the fuck you are, but unless you want me to splatter the back of your head all over that lady's face behind you, you're going to get the fuck out of my place. He didn't get into my apartment, but he broke the door jamb. All he had to do was push and the door would have opened. And all I could think of were my kids. So my wife gets up and comes running down the hallway and grabs a hold of my right arm, telling me to stop. I mean, she's a Polak. You don't grab a person's arm when their finger's on the trigger and pull on it. She almost killed the guy. It took about an hour. He ran away yelling, I'm going to call the cops. I'm going to call the cops. I'm like, okay, call the cops. Sure enough, an hour later, the cops show up. They had questions about the gun. They had questions about questions, and they didn't give me any answers. I answered the door. I pointed at the door. I'm fixing the door jamb. I'm trying to trim a piece of wood to replace the broken door jamb part. And so I'm just talking. I got the skill saw out. Now it's like 3 in the morning. Yeah. The detectives came the next day. I didn't let them in. They called me from their office and wanted to talk, and I asked them flat out, did I break any laws? No, but. I said, no, there's no buts. Fuck you, and hung up. You got to defend your family, and there has to be a line at which you have to be willing to do damage to another person to protect them. But you have to be willing before you put that gun in your hand, or you're wasting your time. You're going to do more harm to yourself and everyone else. That's why that practice we were talking about is so important. What are they banned on your stream for? Oh, there was a big battle on your stream last night? They should take that stuff elsewhere. That's a shooting is a reflex action. Once you can shoot, you don't forget. It's like a bicycle, but it takes that training of your muscles. Yeah, you could have posted that straight, AK. You do have a mod ship here. You know, it's funny though, I can't hit the broadside of a barn with a shotgun. I'm not a real fan of pistols. We have a shooting range, and I was like 12 when they handed me a 38, and I hit the ground. The bullet hit the ground halfway to the target, and I'm like, "What the hell is this for then?" Well, you have to aim up above it. I'm like, forget that. I'll just use a rifle. I'm a lever action man. My first BB gun was a Buffalo Bill 30-30 lever action replica. My hunting rifle is a 308 lever action. The only thing I have had that isn't a lever action is my black powder 50 caliber. Yep, you can run a 150 grain pointed soft point in a 308, and you can kill a deer as far away as you can see. You don't need a 7 or 8 millimeter, and you're only like 150 feet a second slower than you are on an 06, but you're like a third the powder. I'm going blind. No, I think in Alaska, if I had the 308, I'd have I would probably ruin the barrel because I'd run a 220 grain core lock and hop it up, the powder up 25% overload, because penetration on the fucking polar bears or grizzly bear or moose, it's thick. You got a lot of penetration you got to get through. Well, Ontario, I appreciate that. I really only am myself in here. I really don't hide anything. Those are my jokes, Dolly. Quit stealing my lines. But actually, being the scientist I am, and because the first deer I shot, I destroyed 90% of the meat in it with one shot, I learned how to kill a deer by shooting the bullet near it without touching the deer. Just using the air compression of my 308, running it through the white fur on the part where the chest meets the neck, and the air compression traveling around that bullet will go right down its throat and completely liquefy its heart and lungs. You got to get close. You got to be within 1/8 of an inch of the skin. But all there will be is a few pieces of hair on the ground. And when you cut that diaphragm open, and you just pour the heart and lungs out. Oh, I love deer heart. I used to get them all, and there was a short time when we were training show dogs, dachshunds, that's like half of their diet is heart. The other half's liver or chicken. But chicken's expensive, and I could produce all the livers and hearts I needed. I mean, even a good boiled heart in a gravy and mashed potatoes is tasty. And I couldn't cook with any seasonings because it was for the dogs. But I'm not a real seasoning person anyways. When I grew up, I guess about 6 months into the marriage, my dad asked my mom not to put quite so much garlic in the food. And she said fine, and went through her spice rack away and would only use salt and pepper. We actually thought sage was a spice you used for Thanksgiving only. I thought if you ate heart, your heart would get stronger. That's not how that works. Not that I eat it anymore. I really don't get any real red meat at all. But my blood type is O negative, and my genetic structure is Neanderthal. So I really only need protein. I don't need vegetables. I don't need fruit. You got things in your house, Noli? Do they take batteries? Well, that sure left guns discussion in a hurry. Let me refresh my other page and see if there's any live action going on, since I'm just smoking pot and drinking coffee. El Chapo, no, Robert West is still on. Oh, fuck the police is on now. Jeff is here, still doing his stream. I was hoping No Thanks or AV Watchman would be on by now. I don't know what time the court was, or if it's one that they have to sit in all day and wait to be called up. No, he's talking to Wright's Krispies right now, Jeff is. Alright, I'm a slacker. Watching videos. Oh, you are lazy, Nola. You're watching me. Well, thank you, Blue Ivy. I appreciate that. Well, you should be live streaming. You have more information than I do. I'm a slacker. Gosh, I can't remember that song. I hear you. Spirit's a wonderful soul. She's a little off balance right now, and we all should encourage her to take a journey that she needs to take. You just report to me. Oh, Blue Ivy, just I love you more every day. You're going to sleep about 5. That's usually what I do. Like, for example, this morning was I went to sleep at 10 to 5. I went to sleep at quarter after 5. I went to sleep at quarter to 6. You get 20 minutes and then some pain will wake me up. Or a truck will drive by 150 yards away down the road and the vibration will wake me up. Yeah, it's that way for a lot of people in the community, AK Twin Mommy, but I think if you were ever in trouble, Alaska's population would double with all the people that would come to your rescue. I've always liked the nights, Noli. I prefer it dark over daylight. My skin isn't set up for the sun. My eyes aren't set up for the sun. Hell, I don't know how you stayed in here this long with 3 kids. You must have at least 2 of them tied up. I am butt hurt, Noli. With my broken tailbone and 2 bad hips, my ass hurts all the time. Our babies are so good. Oh, Noli. That's hilarious. Even when boys are good, they're thinking about being bad. I know, I was one. The only good thing you got going for you, AK, is you got no little girls to compare boys to. Can y'all imagine AK Twin Mommy sitting there, old gray-haired grandma, rocking on the porch, telling the grandkids to shut the fuck up? So I was going to ask for an opinion on my beard to see where other people thought it should be trimmed, but it's pretty much obvious. I've got scar tissue from sunburns on the right side of my face that don't let the beard fill in. It looks horrible. Blotchy. Man, at 17, I had a perfect full beard. Blonde. So blonde, it was amazingly blonde. Yeah, now I got a Santa beard. It's actually not as white as white. It still has hints of blonde and red in it. And it's weird, every time I shave my mustache off, it goes back a different color. I do a lot out of habit because we would start around September 15th. I would stop shaving because we were going to be out hunting. And that was fishing season for the river where it was cold because you'd hunt at daybreak and dark. And then you're working outdoors building houses all winter in school. Because after school, I would go work 8 hours building houses with my dad because he would work a 20-hour day. And then you got, after Christmas, you got ice fishing, and that is cold. If you can get a good 2-inch thick coat of hair between your face and that wind, you're gonna do it. An update for anybody who doesn't know how Spirit's General Motors vote's going. We're looking like they may approve the contract. There's still a lot of votes out there, though. No, see, this is what happens to guys. They run out of things to say. I swear women have a chamber in their brain. They just pool a whole bunch of words in there and they just keep coming out. Which makes it easier to conversate, but I spilt my coffee twice now. My clothes look like a blind person's clothes. I had to laugh. One of the part-time jobs I got was a turnkey at the Home for the Blind. And the first time I went through the place they were eating, I looked at all of their clothes have stains all over them. I thought, hey, their clothes look like mine. Your nurse is here? Well, Nola, you and I could play doctor anytime you want. Oh, wait a minute. Your hubby probably wouldn't like that. I love you. Hope everything works out. Hope it's just a everyday thing for you, honey. All right, Spirit. You probably gotta. Never did hear how you did last night, but thanks for coming in. What do we got? Just the two of you watching, so now there'll be nobody. No, there'll be somebody lurking. Wow, 8 likes. This is gonna bring my analytics up. Hi, Mama No. Well, the morning started out with Noli talking about AV Watchman, and then PDF did a 4.5 hour live. His shit was falling apart, so I told him I'd take over. Blue Ivy said they're still waiting in court. Haven't heard nothing yet. Okay, Spirit. Wow, you said you had to go. Oh, I'm not chatting much. Getting ready. Okay. Still have a few bones to pick with you. I know it's really hard to figure it out, but you can take really short videos of the food that you cook that you tease us with all day. I mean, it can do a 30-second video and post it. Oh, I hear about that scrumptious food I can't even afford to cook, and then you don't show it to me. And no, you're going to have to type in caps. You're a little short. I can't see you. I hope you're recovering. It was a crazy stream you did yesterday, Spirit. I don't know how we all hung in there that long. Oh, no ribs tonight either. Oh, it's glad to hear that, Mama Gnome. No, I already had my meat. 4 slices of bacon with my breakfast. Now the rest of the day's prison food. Although I'm going to decorate my hot dog with chili and onions. And the bologna with ketchup and onions. Oh, pincushion, huh? Yeah, a lot of injections. When I used to go in for my steroid injections, I would tell the doctor, yep, I'm here for my pitchfork in the ass. A damn huge ass needle they stick all the way into my sciatic nerve, and you gotta be awake and you gotta be unnumbed so they can tell when you hit that nerve. I don't know why your whole fucking body lurches, excuse my French. When that needle hits that nerve, your whole body lurches. He would just shake his head. I don't know how you just sit there and take that. I tell him that needle pain is not near the kind of pain I live every day. But I don't want to get into that or Spirit will start harping on me. Justifiably so. I'm not saying it's wrong. Oh, yeah. Ooh, every 4 hours. Ugh. Before I became obese, they had no problem drawing my blood. Stick that needle in and push the plunger open. And my brother was born a blue baby. He had no hemoglobin in his blood, and he needed a complete transfusion. All right, no damage to your heart. That's great. And the large department store by us was called Bargain City. And the lady that worked the donut counter went to the hospital and donated the blood to replace his. So all grew up. When we could, we started donating blood. That's when I found out about my high blood pressure. Kidney's good. Well, yeah, the liver, once it gets to the point where the liver might not be good, all the other organs are already shutting down anyways. But thanks to being in America, the medical technology we have developed just over the last 30 years is crazy. I can remember when I was a kid and Dad was talking about he worked at Arrow and they do a lot of space stuff and a lot of heavy duty power tools and stuff, and they had a contract to figure out how to build these tubes that they could go put inside the body and use a camera or a scalpel on. And he helped build the first machine that turned that out. Now it's an everyday thing. You go into the hospital, your heart's blocked, they do stents, they blow it out, they clean it up, and you come out and 2 days later you're a whole different person. I've seen it with my mother-in-law, several people, that it's a slow, gradual downhill grade, and once the surgery, it's a peak. It just jumps up for most people. Yeah, the preventative medicine, if it isn't taking food off the table, is a good thing, but it's like I don't go for my blood work like I'm supposed to. That's why my doctor will only give me my blood pressure pills a month at a time. It's like I tell him, if my blood went bad, I would know. Your mom's doing better, but she's not out of the woods yet. Well, I'm sure that the whole community will pray for her, or whatever fashion that they follow. Mine's a little singular in belief system, but I do send out my spiritual vibrations. Oh, that's like losing a family member to most people. They have as much love for their pets as they do for their kids, and more than they do for their spouses. I need a vacation. Yeah, the only problem with that is you go on vacation, you come back, and all this shit's built up that you have to do. Most people should only go on vacation for half of the time off so they can come home and recover the other half. I worked 2 jobs and I've never had vacations. I call the layoff a vacation. So now I guess I'll have to balance out the entire life and all the times that I had to fish and hunt while working 2 jobs, never sleep and never relax, and now I have nothing to do but sit and relax. And if I don't force myself to do something, that gets even harder to do. Yeah, when I wake up, I force myself to realize if you're going to eat, you have to get up and cook. And if you don't get up and go to the bathroom, you're going to be sitting in a bathroom. I get out about 3 times a week, or 3 times a month. I had a hell of a time here at the complex because they post stuff on your front door, and I'm like, I don't even open my front door, but once every 10 days, you post something on there in 72-hour notice, the odds are I ain't going to see it. I said, I got an email and a phone. Oh no, we just post things on the door. Well, don't expect me to get them. I'll sit here through the stream as long as I can take it, and I try not to get up and shift because I don't want to have you guys hear a man squeal like a stuck baby pig. Oh, I gotta pack another bowl. All right, I'll do a quick check to see if there's any news coming across. Jeff is still rattling along. Boy, Jeff is a guy who can talk, I tell you. Accountability for All is live. Says Northern Corruption is still live. Jeff is here. Space videos. That's a really cool site. If you want to show your kids, grandkids, or just look at outer Earth from the outside in, they have some spectacular videos of the Earth. And Divonaire's on, but he does the scam. He calls the scammers. He does that live. 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. I have 999 channels I'm sub to. I wonder who's going to be the 1000th channel I sub to. Oh, Mama Gnome's over there talking too to Jeff. See, I can check up on that stuff. She's going to take meds. Okay, Mama. She actually went to Jeff's stream, but that's okay. I don't expect people with any common sense to hang out in my room anyway. All us a little out of balance people, let's put it that way, hang out with me. I may have gotten lucky and a friend of mine that I met when I first moved over to this part of the state, a young guy, had babies. He had one baby at the time, now he's got 2 little kids. But they moved away from the park. He was only down the road about a minute. So he helped out quite a bit. He's moving back into the park, so hopefully he'll be helpful again. I think it's probably just Spirit hanging out in here now, listening. We could go, oh, squirrel. Man, a squirrel runs across my yard. It grabs my attention every time. Reptar, I could take you off the screen and put on, like, Jeff's audits here. You got Rights Krispies, Jeff's audits, Happy Fuck the Police Day. Let's see if they want to. Chat. Bad Cop, No Donut. That's a cool name.
And they absolutely done a great job. But the federal agents that come out of the post office, they didn't want to have no part of it. They tried
Dr.
to make
Martin
me
Luther
leave.
King Jr. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, as soon as you act violent, they know exactly how to deal with you.
Oh yeah, oh man, and I try to keep my cool. Now I do get on there and I cuss. Even Carolina Auditor says, well, sometimes that's what they want you to do. Well, then by God, I'll give them what they want sometimes, because sometimes I can't hold my tongue, especially when they try to do something illegal. You know, they're the ones doing stuff illegal, not me.
I was telling Wolfie Gladley in Philly News Now. Philly News Now.
Yeah, I like Keys. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's actually gotten angry a couple times, and I'm like, bro, you're a leader. I know you're a leader, and a good leader doesn't have to yell.
All right.
You know, you can do that, and he appreciates the guy, and
Yeah.
he knows that's the way to do it. And I said, trust me, man. There have been many times where I just want to kick him in the chest, like this is hard. You know,
Like, get off of me, fool. What are you trying to tell?
Well,
Take
I
it
just want to say one thing. If I
Go
can-
ahead.
All right, we're going.
Dude looked like he ate the police department.
Yeah, right. Hey, I can't talk, baby. I'm fast.